I think Montreal was very organized. They came in with a very specific game plan. I thought they executed it very well. Obviously, getting a set-piece goal early on meant that they could stick to their game plan and keep themselves compact. And you know that they're very dangerous on the counter. We've known that from playing them all year. They've hurt us already this year in games we've played on the counter. So with everything we do, we'll need to be very aware of losing bad balls in bad spots and keeping track of their explosive players, specifically Piatti. And then, we're going to go down there and still push the game, or go up there and push the game. We're going to go after them. We're going to make it hard. The playoffs are about being up for the challenge and setting the tone and going after games, and, we'll be ready for that. So we're excited. Watching the games, I think, over the past couple of days has gotten my competitive juices going. I think same with our players, and we're excited for our version of the playoffs to start.
How does that style contrast with your high press? I'm sure you'll have to put up a premium on
Yeah.
the best defensive balls turnover.
There's always been in the past 2 years certain teams that cause us problems because they like to they're very explosive in the counter. Montreal has been one of those. Chicago's been one. So there's different teams that have always presented problems for us. I think as the time's gone on that we've gotten better at dealing with that in many different ways. So we'll have to take those experiences, take a game plan, understand tactically how we need to balance ourselves, and make sure that in the end we're smart and we're up for the challenge and we're ready to go after the game.
Just talk about Drogba. It just feels like that whether he's going to be in there or not, maybe on the bench. How do you handle a Montreal team that you might be facing a different starting 11 instead of the
Yeah, I mean, I think they have a few places they could go with lineup selection. I think they could try a couple different things with the formation. So we'll be prepared for all of that. We've played them twice down the stretch. We know them. We know their players. We know the dangers that they present. So I don't think there's a lot of riddles for either team to solve here. It's just about being prepared and knowing how to put the game on your terms and then how to execute. So we've already started that conversation. We've already started looking at video. We were prepared for the possibility of playing Montreal, and we'll analyze a little bit more tomorrow and make sure that in all ways we're clear on what we want the game to look like.
With Mancoso scoring that brace, I mean, does he bring a different element than what Drogba does?
Yeah, he's. Drogba's very talented on the ball and dangerous by being strong and clever. Mancosu's very good by how he moves. He's very smart. He works off of defenders' shoulders. He's good around in his movement in the box. He's clever on places he shows up underneath, testing the line. So it's a full complement of movement and intelligence that makes him difficult to deal with. And then he's a good finisher as well. So, we've played against him twice already this year. We know what it's like. We'll be prepared again. So it'll be a big challenge, but we'll be ready.
No surprise to see how much of a difference maker Piatti is, but he certainly was that in DC. What are you looking to do to try to limit him? Is Alex and Chris, are they going to have a big job to do in being defensive?
Yeah,
player?
well, Chris is going to have to keep track of him all game long. But it's also about everyone understanding at moments, specifically when we have the ball, if we lose it, that's their outlet. And that we're always aware of where he is. We're calculating what kinds of plays we try based on where he is. And then if you overload so much of your attention on that side, then you've got Oduro, Mancuso moving in other ways that they can catch you. So it requires our back line to be very alert. It requires Dax and Felipe to be very smart about what they're attempting. But I know we'll be ready.
We've talked a lot about the 20-game unbeaten streak, and rightfully so. It's very impressive. But DC was another hot team going to the playoffs, and didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
Do you have to kind of throw all that out the window when you go into this?
Listen, talk is cheap, right? And you prove yourself by your performances. And so we're very aware, based on everything that we've been through, that we don't talk too much in the press. We are proud of who we are, and we try to stick to who we are. And but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't get you any consolation awards. What gets you awards is winning games on game day. So we'll be up for it. We'll be ready. We know it's a big challenge. We respect Montreal. Going up there, we know they'll have a full crowd. They're dangerous. It's a tough place to play. It'll be cold. It'll be difficult elements in every sense of the word. But That's what we're excited for. That's what the playoffs are about. That's what the biggest challenges are about. That's what we've talked about trying to identify ourselves through, is when things are the hardest that we stand up the tallest. So now it's time to put that to the test, and we're excited.